Namaste. Welcome to Zoom Yoga number 43. As usual, we'll start with the opening quote, which is anonymous, and it's "The pain of regret is so much worse than the pain of discipline." The pain of regret is so much worse than the pain of discipline. I remember many years ago in an ashram in India, on the wall, there was a simple sentence: "Discipline will set you free." Discipline will set you free. Okay, if you'd like to lie down in Shavasana, we're going to do simple yogic breathing with Mula Bandha, the anal lock, stomach retraction, and Uddiyana Bandha, lifting up the stomach behind the rib cage. Okay, if you lie down in Shavasana, please. So floppy feet, palms facing upwards down the side of the body, slightly away from the torso, which allows the shoulders to relax onto the ground. Check that your chin isn't painting the ceiling. And take a few seconds just to get in a comfortable position where you can totally let go and relax. So we'll just start with simple yogic breathing. So slow, smooth, and deep. We inhale, we inflate the stomach, expand the rib cage, and then there's a final puff of air up in the clavicle area. Wait for your natural pause, and then slowly release. Again, you wait for your natural pause after your exhalation, and you continue inflating the abdomen, expanding the rib cage as the lungs begin to fill up, and then you'll get a final puff of air in the clavicle area. You wait until the body does its work with the breath, and then when you're naturally ready, you exhale. So if this is enough for many of you, then please continue this simple yogic breath. But if you want to deepen the practice, then we can start by applying the anal lock. It's called Mula Bandha. So as we inhale, we're tightening the sphincter, but at the same time, you're still keeping the abdominal muscles loose. You're trying to inflate the abdomen. So as you inhale, tighten the anus, still allowing the abdomen to inflate, the rib cage to expand, and a puff of air in the clavicle. You're still holding the lock on, you're still contracting the muscles. And then after your natural pause, release the anal lock. And as you exhale, gently pull your abdomen back towards the spine. This is a very powerful practice for increasing energy. Also, it keeps all the structures down in the groin area healthy, and the abdominal muscles get a good workout as well. There are many benefits for this. So we inhale as we contract, anal lock. Full yogic breath, holding the lock on. And then when you're ready, you release and relax. And as you empty the lungs, you gently pull the abdominal muscles back towards the spine. Now this is very strong in the muscles in this area, so if you haven't done this before, you won't be able to do so many before the muscles begin to tire. So you just stop, rest up, go back to normal full yogic breathing, and you try again later on. And remember, when you exhale, you soften and surrender your full body weight onto the ground. And then gently pull the muscles back towards the spine. So again, you can continue the full yogic breath without the anal lock. stomach retraction, or you can add the anal lock, add the stomach retraction. If you want to go to the next level, we inhale, we apply the lock, Mula Bandha. Inflate the stomach, expand the rib cage, puff of air on the top. We wait for a natural pause. We release the lock. We gently pull the abdominal muscles back towards the spine as you're exhaling. And again, only if you wish, then Uddiyana Bandha. You pull the stomach up behind the rib cage. This is quite strong and it's not for everyone. But you can pause the video, do the full yogic breath for 5 minutes, then apply the lock for a few minutes, then apply the stomach retraction, and then apply the Uddiyana Bandha. We've done this many times before. But it brings wonderful blood and lymph and circulation to the area. It builds up the muscles. It's good for the male and female plumbing. And it gives vast amount of energy. But don't believe a word I say. Try it and see what happens. Inhale, anal lock. Inflating the stomach, expanding the rib cage. Waiting for that pause, the seed of meditation. Exhale, release the lock, pull the stomach gently back, always gently. And then if you can, it takes a while to build up the muscles, but then pull it up behind the rib cage. And within a few weeks, you'll be walking about with such a flat stomach, but it's more important than that. It's the energy that it gives you, the clarity of mind, and the cleanse and healthy aspects. So a few more breaths in your own time. And of course, you're trying to keep everything else as relaxed as possible. You're not tightening the shoulders, you're not contracting the neck, because the tendency is when you apply the muscle contractions in certain parts of the body, you will tighten other areas. Especially if you're putting on the Mula Bandha, there's a tendency to tighten the abdominal muscles as well. So it takes a bit of practice to hone it down to the exact muscles that are involved in the process. This is a wonderful breathing exercise to do in nature, next to the sea, in a forest. Or even lying in bed first thing in the morning, nice and cozy. So finish the one that you're on and allow the body to breathe naturally. You can leave your arms where they are, or you can take them palms down to the side of the body. And we're just going to inhale as we pull the toes back, just the toes. Wait for the natural pause. We're not doing the anal lock, we're not doing stomach retraction, and then exhale and squeeze the toes. Just the toes. Inhale, pull the toes back. Wait for your pause. Exhale, squeeze the toes tightly. Of course, you're still expanding, you're still inflating the abdomen, expanding the rib cage, puff of air, full yogic breath, natural pause. Exhale, squeeze. Now we pull the toes back and also pull the feet back. Inhale, You get a lovely stretch through the calf muscles. The toes are spread wide. You pull the feet back, contracting the legs, stretching the calves. Exhale as you push the toes forward and the feet forward. You can feel you're getting a lovely stretch through the calf muscles. Your thigh muscles are contracting, your gluteals. Inhale. You're not lifting anything. The ankles will come off the ground a little, just with the movement, but it's involuntary. Open the toes, pull the feet back. So you can continue this long enough. You're oxygenating the blood. Your body's lying in Shavasana. Obviously, the heart is at the same level as the rest of the body. So it's healing for the heart. Your shoulders are getting a rest. Your neck's getting a rest from carrying your 40,000 thoughts a day about in your medicine ball. So now we're going to do leg lifts to finish the stretch that you're on. We're going to start with the right leg and we're going to raise it in thirds. So we inhale, we raise the right leg a third. It doesn't matter how far you lift it, as long as it's in thirds, keep it straight. Inhale, lift up another third. Inhale, lift up the final third. So again, it doesn't matter how far you lift it, as long as you keep it straight. And then down in thirds. Exhale as you lower down. And we alternate the legs. So we're on the left, we inhale and we raise a third, exhale. Lower and exhale. You just continue at your leisure, alternating. Again, this is another exercise you can do long enough. You can feel what's happening to abdominals, gluteals, the thighs. And at the same time, you're oxygenating the blood. Anytime there's any shaking, anytime there's any fatigue, you stop and breathe deeply. Finish the leg that you're on, and we'll do leg circles. So we start with the right leg. We're going to go clockwise. We're going to inhale in the upward movement, exhale on the down. It's up to you how many circles you do. So we inhale up. And I'm hearing a clicking and a snapping and a popping. This is all okay. This is the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles just clicking and popping into place. This is why we do it slowly with awareness and with the breath. Inhale up. Exhale down, nice and slow. And you're trying to get the full range of the movement of the hip and the circle. Don't overdo it though, because it's still a strenuous movement. When you feel you've done enough, perhaps you want to count 3, 5, 7, or you just want to go until you instinctively feel it's enough. change leg. The left leg clockwise. And you're trying to keep every other part of the body as relaxed as possible. And then your own time back to the right, anti-clockwise, of course. And then anti-clockwise with the left. The movement is always in line with the breath, not the other way around. Take a few comfort breaths. And we'll do Supta Pavamuktasana. So we're squeezing on the right leg, both legs, left leg. It's a wind releasing posture. Wind as an energy. We're releasing the wind, the energy throughout the body. So we're unblocking areas of tension. Inhale as we bend at the right. Exhale as we squeeze and clasp the right knee. Wait for your pause. Inhale as you release. Exhale as you slide away. Right leg, both legs, left leg. Inhale as you bend at the knees. Exhale as you squeeze. Inhale as you release. Exhale as you slide the legs away. And then left leg. Just continue in your own pace, nice, slow and smooth. If you're finding you're getting both legs onto your torso, no problem. You can open the knees and pull down the side of the body. Finish the round that you're on and take your feet to your seat. we're going to take our right foot and place it on top of our left knee. And then we're going to clasp the left knee or clasp under the knee, depending on how flexible you are. So we take a right foot, place it on the left knee. So you have two options. You either clasp under the knee like so, or here. But if you're flexible enough, you clasp on top of the knee and we hold. And we just start to breathe. And on the exhalation, you apply a little bit of pressure on the left leg. Now, I know from experience that the side that I've started with is my tightest side. So what I usually do is I start with the tightest side, do the opposite side, and then finish with the tightest side. And then with time, you're hoping for parity. As always, it doesn't matter how far you get, depending on what you've been doing the day before, depending on the history of your ailments or injuries or pressures you've put your body through. When you feel it's enough, you gently release, slower down, and swap over. Remember, you can go under the knee like so. You can go in the back of the hamstrings, or you can clasp over the knee. You can also clasp under the knee if you wish, and you can lie back. Some people find this one, it gives them an ache in the neck, so you can do it this way as well. Or equally, you can clasp on top of the knee and still lie back, but it's a different stretch. When you feel you've had enough, gently release. Keep the feet at the seat, and we'll do the bridge. But we inhale, lift the arms up, adjust your jumper if you're almost eating your microphone. And just inhale and elongate the torso, stretch through the arms. And relax. More snap, crackle, and pop. This is why we do it gently. This is why we do it with our breath. And this is why the stretch should be effortless. You're not straining. You're not pushing your body to the limit. Remember, it takes 6 seconds for muscles, tendons, ligaments to start to assist you. So you give the body time with the breath. I find these simple stretches so beneficial. You're not using a lot of energy to do them, but you're releasing a lot of blockages, which gives you immense energy. You're oxygenating the blood. Cleaning out the lungs of the stale air and the lower lobes. And you're calming the nervous system and bringing clarity of thought. Don't believe a word I say. Try these simple stretches and see how you feel yourself. Now you can continue doing this, but if you want to make it a little more strenuous, you raise the seat. So you inhale, stretch through, and raise the seat. And there's many options here. We can start to take the heels in a little bit towards the seat, which will give a good stretch on the thighs. So as you inhale and lift up, you're getting a lovely stretch through the thighs. If you don't feel you're getting a stretch, then you release the lift a little, take the feet in a bit further, and then lift up again. Ooh, and then you'll get it. Again, you can continue just taking the feet in closer and closer. Once you feel you've gone far enough, you can lower down Or if you want to balance on one leg, lift another leg, you have that option too. So take the awareness to the left leg, make it firm, and you can lift up with the right. So this is a classic yoga, you're balancing, stretching, and strengthening. Quite strenuous this, so make sure it's for you. Only 3 or 4 breaths, you don't have to be up there for long. Give yourself a break, inhale, stretch up, and relax. Take your awareness to your right foot. You feel the contraction right up to the gluteals. Take the weight and lift up through the left. And try to ensure that you're still getting the lift. Check it, you're not dropping your arch. It doesn't matter how far you lift the leg, as long as you keep it straight. My hamstrings are quite tight with the cycling. But you get the idea. When you've had enough, release, inhale, stretch up. And then as you come down, you're trying to take the hands down so they reach the ground at the same time as your bottom. And stretch out. A few pelvic tilts. So your hands are down the side of your body. You've got your lordosis on your lower back, that slight curve. So all we're doing is we're inhaling, and then we're pushing the lower back down onto the ground. It's a subtle movement, but it's very comforting. So you're just putting the spine into the opposite direction that it was in. Inhale, flatten. Exhale, release. Now we're going to do the boats. So we've got the gentle boat where we don't lift, we just inhale and contract. And then we have the boat where we lift our palms and our feet. And then we contract and lift. So we're just inhaling and contracting everything, gently. So we're stretching through the toes, through the legs, we're stretching through the arms. Holding and relaxing. There are many bodybuilders now who use this technique to build up the muscles. They just inhale, hold, and then release. So we're not consciously lifting. So if you have lower back problems, you don't lift the legs. But if you're comfortable to lift the legs, we're going to inhale, lift our chin, look towards the toes, and we're just going to lift our ankles far enough off the ground so our calf muscles clear the mat. So we inhale, look towards the toes, and this is all we're looking for. The hands come up to the side of the body. So I'm just clearing the calves now. You don't need to be away up like this. It's not going to make anything any better. And then slowly lower down. So as I say, if you've lower back problems, you don't lift the legs, but you can still inhale, look forward and come up like this. So you're always looking to protect any weak points, well, strengthen any weak points in the body, but also protect them so you don't damage them any further. I have loads of bits in my body that have been pulled or broken or wear and tear with my various adventures. Inhale, look towards the toes. And lower down. And again, you take a few comfort breaths. You can lie and go back to your anal lock, stomach retraction, Uddiyana Bandha. You can lie and do a mantra. With time and experience, you'll be able to create your own routine that works well for you and that you're comfortable with. If you want to make this slightly more strenuous, We inhale and come up, look towards our toes, lift the legs, but we contract the face and fists, and we contract everything as we come up. So we inhale, we scrunch up the face, we've got fists, and we contract the whole body. This is a real energy burner. And then always slowly down, always, always, always. You try to enter the posture with class and leave it with class. So we'll do another one of those. Inhale, we're holding the breath when we're up. Fists, face, feet contracting. And then lower down. And then you can push your hands behind your lower back and gently push up, or you can roll on your side and come up. Or we come up on balancing boat. So we inhale, look towards the toes, up we come, and we balance. And then we sit up. Balancing boat. I just realized I've changed the order, but no matter. So now on to the bow. So we come onto the stomach. Bend at the knees. Now it doesn't matter if you can't clasp your ankles, because you can just do this. As you inhale, you lift up the front and you move your hands towards your ankles. But if you can't clasp your ankles, we're not lifting the thighs off the ground, okay? So we're inhaling, lifting up, looking up, pushing away with the feet. Inhale, push away with the feet, pull with the hands, look up. You can take a few comfort breaths as always, but when you're ready, inhale, up you come, push away with the feet, pull with the hands, and you notice we're not taking the legs off the ground yet. So you can continue like this for as many as you wish. You can stop, release the feet, lie in Advasana, re-energize. But if you feel that you think you've enough strength and your body's fine with it, then you can lift up through the thigh muscles. But it's very, very strong, this one. I'm not going to get very far myself, but you inhale, look up, push away with the feet, and up you come. So it's quite a strong one, but you get the idea. Breathe slowly and deeply. And when you've had enough, slowly lower down. Stretch your arms out. Forehead on the ground. Advasana. A few comfort breaths. I'll be quiet, otherwise I'm going to eat this microphone. A few breaths. Because you've got your forehead resting on the ground, or you can also put your palms facing upwards, rest your forehead on your palms, or you can put the forehead on the ground with your hands behind your neck. Many options. So you find the one that works for you. A few more breaths in this position. And then come up on your elbows. Tuck your toes under. And we can do a version of the plank, like so. So we're not up high like this. We don't have the hands away forward. Elbows under your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. And you have a simple version of a plank. This is apparently one of the postures that burns up the most calories. I think the world record is 8 hours, 55 minutes, something like that. But we don't have to worry today, we're not going to reach that. But you have to start very slowly with this one and build it up. On the knees. We come into Vajrasana. I'll give you a taste of each posture. You can pause the video, you can go back, stay in the postures for longer, make up your own routine. So we're going to do a simple forward bend over each leg. I don't get so far in these. So we're going to bend over the right leg first, stretch over the right leg. So we don't have to have the legs so wide, just enough. So you're involved in a slight twist. Keep the back straight. And just start to breathe, keeping the chin parallel to the ground. Now you may be lucky and get your hands right down to your feet and be able to fold your torso over the legs. That's great. But it certainly isn't my experience for the moment. But inhale, keep the back straight. Exhale, and just move. Begin to move the hands further down the leg if they want to. We're keeping the back straight. Keep the chin parallel to the ground. Keep everything relaxed. So as you inhale, you're lifting up through the spine. And as you exhale, you're softening and releasing. And your arms may want to move. Your hands may want to move down the leg. May. Keep the chin parallel to the ground. Remember, I keep saying the same things every week. It takes about 6 seconds for muscles, tendons, ligaments to start to help you. We could stay in this position for 15, 20 minutes, and you would go further and further and further down. I read somewhere there's 72,000 postures, so you can't do them all every day. So you're trying to get a few postures that release any of the blockages that you have within your own system. So you're not the right leg, you're not bending it, you're not lifting the knee off the ground. That defeats the purpose. We're still inhaling, lifting up, keeping the chin parallel, exhaling down. But there will come to a point where you don't think you're going to get any further with your hands. So then you can drop the chin. So in your next inhalation, lift up through the spine, and as you exhale, drop the chin. You can bend the spine now, and then you'll be able to come forward a bit. You're still trying to lift up through the spine. And as you can see what's happening, try to keep the hands in line, which means it'll give you the equal stretch through the back muscles. But you get the idea. We could stay here for that 10, 15 minutes. I'll probably get my head down on the leg. But these things are not so important. When you're ready to come out, you slowly, and I mean slowly, edge back up. And you can almost feel vertebra by vertebra. As you straighten up. Round to the front, take a few comfort breaths. My body is rested. My mind is calm. My heart is at peace. My spirit soars. So now we'll try the left side. Now this is my side it's I have a few challenges with. And we start again. We keep the spine straight. So for me now, this is already extremely tight. I think years and years of climbing on and off a bike has damaged one side of my back. So the same process, we inhale and we lift up, chin parallel to the ground, exhale, soften. Slow, smooth and deep. Smile. Enjoy the process. Free serotonin. I often get people reluctant to take a class because they say they're complete beginners and they're not experienced enough. If you can breathe, you can practice yoga. Breathe, believe, and receive. If you can breathe in and out, then you can practice yoga. It doesn't matter how far you get in the stretch. It matters that you stretch. With awareness and with respect for your body, and again, when you feel you're reaching a point that you don't think you're going to get anything else out of the posture, then you can drop the head and let go through the spine. When you're ready to come out, slowly, slowly, slowly release. Always slowly. Remember, there are some people who are inherently stretchy, inherently flexible, and they'll be able to flop down on their leg, no problem. And other people may take half a day to get there. Sit tall. If you feel that you need to support yourself, just lean back a little in your hands, open your chest, Fill up those lungs. Smile and exhale. Okay, we'll do a few twists now, sitting twists. So we're going to take the right leg over the left one. So I'll turn around so you can see this. There's two ways of doing this. It's a simple twist. If you feel your back strong enough and you're not going to bend, and then arm goes around the back, twist around to the left. If you feel that you need support for the back, then you use this arm as a post. We'll come back around to the front. So we'll start with right leg over left. Sit tall, either use the post to support your back or put your left arm around. And we turn to the left. Sitting tall, and you just start to breathe. But don't be shy to use the left arm as a post if you feel your back is weak or tired. Because it's more important you keep the back straight. So you get the hand as close as you can to your seat. And that keeps it straight for the twist. To come out, you release the neck. Release the arm. Staying in this sitting position, I like to go straight into the opposite twist. So I hook the right leg. Some people do this. I prefer to hook, and then you get a stretch through the hip. And we'll go to the opposite side in the same sitting position. Nice and easy. Inhale, elongating. Exhale, soften and twist. When you're ready to come out, round to the front, release. And then we do left leg over right. Again, you can stay in these positions for long enough. Left over right. You're not slouched, you're up straight. Around to the right, arm around the back, or you create the post. Inhale. Exhale as you turn the torso to the right. It's important to keep the awareness as you're inhaling, you're elongating up, exhale, twist. Try to keep the chin parallel to the ground, try not to drop it. And when you're ready to come out, slowly face the front, release, and then we go the opposite direction. So remember, some people prefer this, right across the leg like that. I prefer hooking and pulling. slow, smooth, and deep, with a smile. My body is rested, my mind is calm, my heart is at peace, my spirit soars. Again, release around to the front, face front, release the arm. Slowly come out. Move the knees a few times just to realign. And then seamlessly, we'll go into threading the needle. Yeah. Threading the needle from downside. Okay, so hands under the shoulders. If you feel this is too much for your wrists, you can bring them slightly further forward, which changes the angle in the wrists. Knees hip width apart. You don't want them too narrow, you'll lose your balance. And we're going to thread the needle. So we inhale as we raise the right arm. Inhale as we raise the right arm and look up. 3 breaths. Exhale, you come down and you thread the needle. Right hand, right under, you can stop here on the elbow if you don't feel you're flexible enough. Or you can continue right through and rest on the shoulder. And then you come up with the left arm. 3 breaths. Down with the left, push up. Realign. And then you raise the left. Always to the first point of resistance. Remember, it will be different in every day. Then down and through. Stop on the elbow. If you're more comfortable with that, then you come up with the right. But if you think you can go right through and rest on the shoulder, carry on. 3 breaths. Down with the right. And again, if you need to pause the video or rewind and do a few more of those, then please do. But for now, we're going to go into a simple forward lunge outside of the hands. So again, get comfortable. You're going to take your right foot to the outside of your left hand. And you've got the support, so you can just check that you're going to be able to move forward comfortably. If it's too far, then you take it back. You don't want it so close, but you're in a comfortable position. You've got the security here. So we can either be on our palms, on our fists, or on our fingers. But check if you're on your fingers that you're putting your thumb directly under the joint, which creates a post, which creates a firm, secure base, as opposed to making the thumb out wide. You're more likely to damage yourself. So palms, fists, or fingers. And you play about and decide which one works for you. That's the fingers. That's the fists, because it's all a different stretch. And the palms, you're obviously lower down, so you get a stronger stretch on the back. So for today, I'm going to go with the fists. Come forward. Stay in the position and start to breathe. Inhale, look up, lift up, and then soften through the groin. And if you want to try, once you're in this position, if you want to change from fists down to palms, then you'll lower down and you'll right away experience the different aspect of the stretch. Or if you want to go up onto fingers, create the post, and then look, this gives you a much bigger lunge and a stronger arch in the back. And again, it's up to you how long you stay in these. This is a very comfortable position. Breathe in. Soften into it, smile, and enjoy. When you feel you've had enough, you come out and you change position. A quick athletic flip. Adjust your hands, check that everything's fine, check you're not going to strain anything or do yourself any mischiefs. Do yourself a mischief. I'll go back into my fists. Inhale, look up, stretch up, exhale, soften. Three more breaths. Inhale as you come out. Ordinarily, I would stay in these postures a lot longer. But it's up to you to develop a practice that works for you. And then we'll come round into any sitting position. I'm going to go into Vajrasana. We're going to finish with the Kiran breath before we lie down in Shavasana. So this is my favorite sitting position, Vajrasana. But you can sit in a chair. You can sit Sukhasana, the simple cross-leg pose. Pardon me. And just relax. This Vajrasana aids digestion. So any digestive problems, if you sit in this position, not to mention loosening up the ankles, the knees, keeping the spine straight. It's a very good position for meditation. Whatever you perceive that to be. Remember, meditation is just continued concentration. So you can meditate doing anything. Even meditate drying the dishes. So the Kiran breath. Now we're going to put on a mudra. A mudra is just a position you put the body into, or it's more closely associated with the finger arrangement, which changes the energy within the body. So Hridaya mudra, a heart mudra. We're going to take the left hand, I take a first finger and curl it into the root of the thumb. And then the thumb touches the next two fingers. So this curling in down to here. And then the thumb touches. And this just sits like so. The Kiran breath. So Hridaya mudra is a heart mudra. So heart, love. So this is a very simple exercise. We just inhale as we raise the right hand. And then as we exhale, we turn the head to the left and we take our hand across to the heart. Keep a neck long, keep a chin parallel to the ground. Wait for your natural pause. And then we inhale back and exhale down. You can take a comfort breath or two comfort breaths and then you go back to it. So inhale, raise, exhale, turn, hand onto heart. Inhale back, exhale down. Now you have two options here. You can send love to the first person that comes into your mind, Hridaya mudra, sending love. It could be anyone, family member, friend, a colleague. Or you can send love to someone who's annoying you, or who you think's annoying you, or someone who you don't particularly feel loving towards. That will test you a bit more. So you can have the easy option, send love to someone who you already love, who perhaps needs a bit of love, or send love to someone who's occupied a space in your mind. So you decide what's right for you, and we just start. So sit tall, smile, send yourself some love first, the universal language of love, a smile. And inhale. Wait for your natural pause. Exhale as you put the hand on the heart as you turn your head to the left. Inhale after your natural pause. Exhale down. And just continue at your own pace. I'll talk you through one more and then I will be quiet. Inhale as you raise the right hand. Wait for your natural pause. Exhale as you turn your head to the left, hand and heart. Keeping your chin parallel to the ground, keeping your neck long. Inhale, raise as you come back. Exhale down. I'll leave you with a few rounds. I'm going to leave you in the sitting position today. We'll forget about the Shavasana and I'll read out the closing quote after a few rounds of the Kiran breath. So just continue at your own pace. Sending love to a loved one, or love to someone who's occupied a space in your mind. If you send them love, they won't occupy your mind so much. If you wish to continue it longer, then just pause the video. And then when you're ready for the finishing quote, turn it back on. So remember, the beginning was the pain of regret is so much worse than the pain of discipline. We're finishing with a Pablo Picasso quote. He said, "Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life." Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. I feel that is what yoga does. Yoga washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. Yoga washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. As always, thank you very much, and with much love. Namaste.